Welcome, Mother's Land community. Thank you for joining us today. Please hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Thank you very much. On today, we're going to do a little something to the tractor. I was down here working, trying to get rid of some of those thorns down there, and I had a little issue. And we're going to just talk you through it just very briefly here. First, let me give you a little bit of background on the tractor. When we first moved out here, we knew that one of the things that we would need would be a mower and a tractor. I shopped around trying to pay cash. We didn't want any notes or anything like that. And everything was out of our price range pretty much. And so, but one of the gentlemen that I met at Kabota, young guy, can't remember his name right now. He was telling me about his dad was going back and forth whether or not he was going to sell his or not. So after visiting one place, I called him and said, "Hey, where's your dad at this point?" And he said, "Well, I'm not sure." I said, "Well, hey, would you mind giving him my number and let me just talk to him?" And sure enough, long story short, talked to him and he was willing to sell at a good price. And I was down there moving some thorns, as I said, because I'm trying to keep that from turning green down there so I can get in there and start moving some of those logs, just make me little trails in there. And something happened. Let me show you. And I'm pretty sure what happened. I was moving the thorns, and when I turned, I noticed that while I was running, I noticed that I didn't have a display. My display went out. Hopefully you can see that. It cranks up just fine, but I have no glow plug, no temperature gauge, no gas gauge. I noticed all of that went out. And I have an idea what happened. Let me see if I can get you under here with me to show you this. Underneath the tractor, yeah, you can see this pretty good. Underneath here, and these cables right here. When I realized I lost the display, and so first thing I did was look under here because I knew that this was going to be an issue at some point. Because the first time I came down here, I had to replace. This tractor has 3 fuel filters. And so when I came down here to replace the filters, after looking in the book, one of them is easy to replace. It's up front where the engine is. But these 2 that are back here were kind of tough to get to. First, I had to take off. This is an aftermarket. We bought this tractor used, of course. This is an aftermarket fan for the transmission. I actually had to take this off. And when I took it off, I noticed that when they put this on here, the wires they have on here were extremely short. And so I just had to deal with it. And like I said, I knew at some point, and sure enough, down there removing those thorns, this is what happened. The thorns got under here, ripped the harness apart, and one of the wires apparently got loose because when I came down here, I noticed one of the wires was touching the fuel pump. So I went on ahead and repaired the connections right here. I repaired the connections to the wires, and I still had no display. Still had no display on the tractor. So it was still running. I still could crank it up. So I drove it on the top of the hill because I got a feeling what happened. on the way up, I figured I must have blown a fuse somewhere. Apex, go find you something to do. Go find something to do. Yeah, you go over there and play. Go find something to do. All right, so I came up here, and sure enough, I turned the tractor off and turned the switch, and I got nothing. What's supposed to happen now, you should hear a noise, and you should see lights come on, and when one light goes out, which is called the glow plug, that's when you turn the ignition, and I have nothing. I can hear the solenoids and everything clicking in. So I'm going to get my meter and see what else I need and get back to you. At this point, I do not know where the fuse box is, but I did do some work on the battery once, so I know it's got to be somewhere in there. So I know I could get the book and look in there, and the book will tell me exactly where it is, but I figure it's got to be down there close to the battery. So I'll be right back. Okay, community, I'm back. So I have my meter. I guess we'll probably have to make a run here to get a fuse. But anyway, I have my meter. And let's get this thing off here. Let's pop the hood. Just bear with me here. Raise the hood a little bit there. Let's open this up. Don't go anywhere. Okay. This is the fuse box. Apex. Go that way. Go. Just go. Keep going. Keep going till I tell you to stop. Keep going. All right. Yeah, I know he just get a little too excited. Oh, look at this. They put fuses in the box. Extra ones. All right, so well, I don't have to make a run. So let's get the meter on, and we'll just check some continuity. All right, we got 315s, 210s, and a 20. I should have continuity here. All right, there we go. All right. And they put something in here. Now, if I had looked in the book, I would have known this, but that's how it is. Let's get this. This apparently is a tool to help you get your fuses out. My guess is either a 10 or a 15. So that's why I don't have a display. So let's go in here and just get a couple of these. All right, let's check it. To do this, hope you guys can see that. That's good. Nothing wrong with that one. I'll go ahead and start with these 315s. These are not easy to pull out with this little handy tool. All right, get on there, get on there. No, get on there. All right. This is the one. All right. We found it. All right, so let's get that replaced. Let's see. Get this 15 out right here. Come out, come out. That was, yep, 15. Let's get this out. Come on, come on. Because I want to show you what the display looks like. This has to be the issue. Has to be. All right, let's put this in. All right. Fuses are in. Put this tool back in here. Yeah, so I am gonna go back down there and get those thorns. And I know eventually I am gonna have to replace that harness. But because if it comes off again like that, like I said, they didn't leave me much to play with. The wires are extremely short. I just did what I could at the time to keep it going. And that's what I did. But I know if this happens again, which I will do my best to prevent it from happening, but if it does, I know I'm gonna have to take that motor off, the fan motor off, and just try to find one, a harness, not the motor, just the harness. Okay, come on, get in there. All right. All right, we got all that zipped up. Turn the meter off. We'll set it down right here. Get my gloves back on. The key is right there. And I'll zip this up later, but let's see if that did it. I'm pretty confident it did. I just want to show you what it's like. I'll set that off to the side. Get up here. Get you guys up where you can see, hopefully. You can see that display. All right, got that down. Here we go. All right, there we are. See that center piece, that center light? When that goes out, that's when you crank up. And like I said, it would crank, but I did not have my display. Now my display is back, showing fuel, temperature, glow plug, everything, battery life, everything. That's what I was looking for. Thank you very much. And like I said, one day we will permanently fix that one day. Thank you for joining. Have a blessed day.